Hi, thanks so much for joining me for this Get Ready With Me featuring my April favorites. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. Okay, as always, we're going to start with the Chantecaille Anti-Pollution Mattifying Cream right in this area, right here. Okay, now we're gonna go in with three of the Chanel Le Beige shades. I have medium, medium plus, and deep. And actually, one of the reasons I started using this again is because of a question I had, and I thought, oh, I need to take this out. So I'm gonna take medium and just place it in the center of my face. This is excessive, but it's because I have all of them. You can use clean hands, you can use a brush. I'm gonna use this brush just because I love it. It just makes everything go faster, the Shiseido brush. So really just kind of blurs and evens out. Of course, I'll have to conceal. And then we've got medium plus, so that's gonna go around this part of my face. Really great shade for, especially when I get more tan, like we'll put up here my forehead. I'll show you. So what I've been told is that these are encapsulated powder. Okay, now we're going to go in with this. Usually I wait till a little bit later to put on bronzer, but this is in the shade Deep that I'll use as a bronzer. So here it is, on versus not on. So you can see how it just really blends nicely into the skin. It's quite seamless. And here it is straight on. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so if you want something really natural, you can do that really light layer of makeup. I'm gonna go in and conceal, and then you can kind of see if you have discoloration on your face. I feel like when my eyes aren't concealed, it looks like I have much more discoloration than I really do. So let's see how it looks after I fix that. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of Clé-de-Peau here in the corners. Okay, then a bit of the Real Skin Plus. We'll pause here for a moment, but you can see if you have discoloration on your face, that's how much coverage you can get with a nice light layer, which isn't much coverage, but I think it just softens the darker spots. They're just not as obvious. I mean, you can still see them, but I feel like you can also see skin. So if you want to do this and you have discoloration just in some parts of your face, like I do, then I'll just go in with a nice concealer. So I'll go in with a Clé-de-Peau in Mocha, and that takes care of it. So I don't have to put a lot of foundation on my whole face. Okay, yeah, I didn't even conceal my forehead, so that's good. Now, we're still under like 12 minutes, which is pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead now with the powder. We're gonna use this powder in here in the Charlotte Tilbury palette. And I just powdered the center of my face. And then let's go in with, of course I have to finish with this, the Chantecaille Blur Powder. Eyebrows, I still am loving this Gucci pencil. Okay, let's go in with eyes. We're gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury palette again. I'm just gonna take this one shade, the first shade, the number one eye shade, and this one right here. I'm gonna place that on the eyes. Now I wanna take the bronzer shade, use that as a crease color. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the bronzer, even though I bronzed already, and just go on the perimeter. I'm gonna take this color, Really like this one from the Chantecaille palette. This is the shade Java. You can buy this as a single. Actually, that's how you purchase these, are as singles. This is one of my favorite shades in here. Actually, we're gonna incorporate a little bit of this palette in here because I know there's a lot of choices in this palette, but these are two of my favorite shades in here. So there are two shades in here that I seem to pull for more than others, although they are all beautiful. This shade right here, the one in Java, and then Lapis. So we're gonna use those two today. Just taking Lapis here on the top, I'm gonna use this angled brush, both by Chantecaille. I'm gonna take a little bit of that Lapis though on the brush, and then I'm going to spray it with rose water. Just in a tight line with Violet Damask, and then also apply, of course, Chantecaille mascara. I'll be right back and we'll finish up the look. Let's go ahead with the lip. Oh, I didn't do blush. Hold on. Let's go ahead with blush. Okay, this is how I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury, this one, the blush in here, because it does have a bit of shimmer. This one right here, it's beautiful, but I need a little bit more of a matte shade in the front. So I'm gonna take the Hermes Rose Abricot. Now, when I use this one, I use it with two, but if not, I will use the other one. I will use this one, Rose Pommette, on its own, but since I'm using that one with something shimmery, I will go in with this one first. Let's go ahead and put that on first. Beautiful matte blushes. I think that maybe I didn't hear that as much when people were talking about these, because it is tricky to find a matte blush, a nice matte blush. Mostly there are shimmer in blushes, some level of shimmer. So I do like how these are more matte than really anything else. There's a bit of luminosity in there, but nothing sparkly. Okay, let's go in now with a pop of color with the Charlotte Tilbury. And even though this is the deluxe kabuki brush, it actually fits in there because it's tapered. So that's nice. Okay, and then of course, we're gonna buff that in. Chantecaille. Okay, now, I couldn't find my lip liner, but then I remembered there's something else that you can use as well to neutralize the lip area. If you're like me, I'm gonna go in with something a little bit more sheer. But let's start with the Chantecaille Contour Fill. And then we're going to go in with the Le Matte Stilo. And this one's in Meadowwood. So if you have this and you don't have the lip liner, you can do this as well. Did I say Meadowwood? Meadow Sweet. Now we're going to go in with a lip chic. This one's in Bourbon Rose. And that is it for the final look. As you can see, even though this is very sheer coverage, very, very sheer coverage with the beige Water Fresh tint, I think it's such a pretty look. You can see the skin through it. You can just conceal in the areas you need to conceal. You don't need to put all of this heavy foundation on, especially in this warmer weather. For me, heavier foundation is not comfortable. I'm never a fan of heavy foundation, but especially in the summer, foundations are trickier, and I love when I can just let as much of my skin show as possible. So that's why I love this product, especially in the warmer months. So I did use 3 shades. You don't need to use 3 shades, but if I just had 2, I would use 2, one for the inside, one for the exterior. You could really see how seamless everything is though using that Water Fresh tint. But that is it for my Get Ready With Me. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the products that you saw. But if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.